Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be going over a bunch of things in today's episode. We have another new festival, the Champions Festival, which started right when the summer MyTeam Festival came to an end. I believe this is the first time that we've seen one festival conclude and another one start up immediately after it, which I don't know. I'm getting a little tired of getting all these events, especially when we're getting them back to back, which we've not seen yet this year. It kind of takes away from the appeal of events, right? The whole idea of an event in my mind is for it to not be happening all the time. And I think, for different reasons that we're not going to talk about in this video, 2K enjoys giving us events to engage with. So regardless, we have a new event, which means we have new players and new dynamic duos in the exchange. Gonna go over which of those may be relevant for you guys when you're building your salary cap lineup, as well as go over the new champion set, the promo that dropped yesterday, and briefly cover some of the players, if there are any, who you guys may want to throw into your salary cap lineups, not just for getting the agendas done for those collectibles, but just in general, players that you may want to add to your salary cap lineups for the rest of the season. We're gonna then go over my salary lineup, or my salary cap lineup rather, and the salary changes. I know a lot of people were really frustrated on Tuesday when the salary cap update resulted in all of our players seeing their salaries maxed out with respect to whatever card tier they're in. So pink diamonds were all at 8,000 salary. Diamonds were at either 4,000 or 5,000. Opals were at 10K. Dark matters were at 12.5, so on and so forth. I think in a way it actually made building your salary cap lineup easier because you knew what every player's salary was going to be based on what their card color was. But I know it was really annoying for a lot of you guys who had been running, some really good cards that maybe you badged out in the pink diamond tier, for example, that were maybe sitting at 5,000 salary that were on Tuesday up to 8,000 salary. And we'll go over some of the salary changes, but it does look like, unfortunately, a lot of the cards that you might have enjoyed using in salary cap previously are probably still maxed out at whatever their max salary range is. So we'll go over all of that. Let's start by going over the champions set. We'll go over the collection first because this won't take all that long. I've talked about it on this channel a bunch. I have a theory that whenever we have an event or a festival currently active in MyTeam, that we tend to get sets where the lower end cards really aren't all that appealing. And unfortunately, we're in that same exact kind of scenario right here. None of these cards really interest me for salary cap outside of possibly Sean Livingston, just because he's a taller point guard at 6'7", and I actually like his jump shot quite a bit. I just don't know if I want to run, at 8,500 salary, he's actually on the lower end of salaries for Galaxy Opals, since again, a lot of the cards that you may want to run in the Opal tier are probably closer to 10K salary than they are 8K, which is the lowest salary a Galaxy Opal can be at. Outside of that, Danny Ainge, Leandro Barbosa, Henry Bibby, none of these cards excite me as pink diamond point guards. Tiago Splitter, only 6'11" as a center. I feel like there are other better pink diamond center options that I would rather run that are only at 5,000 salary. Cards like Donovan Clingan, Khalil Ware, Eddie Curry. I believe all three of those pink diamond centers are currently sitting at 5,000 salary, and I'd probably rather run them over Tiago Splitter. In the Opal tier, I've not used a lot of these cards outside of Sean Livingston, obviously. I only have Sean Livingston. Maybe Trevor Ariza could be fun to run, but again, I feel like we have so many wings that are good 3 and D cards that are also 6'7", 6'8", that you could run and not have to dedicate 8,500 salary towards that position. So yeah, not a lot going on in terms of lower tier cards in the champion set for salary cap. From the exchange, or from the festival itself rather, there really aren't a ton of cards that I'm interested in. Channing Frye is kind of interesting to me just because he's another big that is a good shooter, and he's 7 feet tall, I think, right? He's not 6'11". I think he's 7 feet tall, 255, 95 three-pointer. And defensively, he's actually decent. 85 perimeter, 92 interior, and you can run this card at the power forward position if you want. He's currently at 5,500 salary as well. So that's a card that you get not just for this weekend, but you can use him in future weeks as well. The lower tier cards don't really interest me all that much. I do want to try out Big Baby Davis, Glenn Davis's jumper, because he is small forward eligible and he's 6'9". Hall of Fame Deadeye and Limitless is pretty nice. I have not really checked out the badges on this card, but he seems like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of card. All these guards, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shannon Brown, JJ Barea, not a lot of interest in any of them. Zaza Pachulia could be interesting as a diamond center, 6'11", 83-pointer is decent. If you run him with the Mike D'Antoni coach, if you have the Pro Pass at level 19, you get Mike D'Antoni. It'll give him an 85 three-pointer. So depending on that jump shot, maybe we'll add him and we'll see. I mean, these diamonds are so cheap. They're so easy to get from the exchange. So I don't think, it will be a bad investment if you want to just get him, try him out and see. If you don't like him, you probably didn't spend all that much to get him in terms of using up your collectibles. Let's move on here to the duos real quick, because we have 5 new duos, and once again, man, these duos are all pretty mid, not just in terms of the badges not being able to get upgraded to legend tier, right? Because again, when we're looking at these duos, we're looking for badges that go up by at least 2 tiers, because if that happens, then you can put, let's say for example, one of these cards has a boost where their on-ball menace goes up by 2 tiers. If you give that card gold on-ball menace, it'll get upgraded to legend on-ball menace when that player's duo is activated. So there aren't a lot of those cards that are like that, unfortunately. And on top of that, these first 3 duos right here, all players that play the same position more or less, right? Mike Miller and Shane Battier, you want to play both of those cards at shooting guard. Rodman and Kukoc, I mean, maybe you're okay with playing Rodman at power forward, but Rodman's only 6'7". Kukoc is a little taller, but I'm not too crazy about that duo. And then Ray Allen and Tony Allen, I mean, if one of those Allens could have played point guard, maybe this is a serviceable duo, but they're both undersized at the 2, and they can't play the 1. So I have no interest in this duo, plus Tony Allen's jumper is a little weak. The best duo, I think, by far is obviously this duo, but even then, this duo is not really for salary cap, unless Bogut's salary drops a little bit. I will be adding this duo, and I want to show you guys why. If you look at Maurice Spates right here, let me make sure. I think I'm recording. Yeah, we are recording. Right, cool. Right? Yes, okay. If you look at Maurice Spates' duo right here, he has the opportunity to get, I believe, 3 different badges on Legend, and those badges are Lightning Launch, Unpluckable, and Dimer, which, I mean, not the most elite badges, but they're definitely not bad badges. Like, I'd be cool with getting all those on Legend. We can take a peek at Andrew Bogut, but I think Andrew Bogut has a lot of badges that are already pretty high up there. I don't think he gets anything. He gets Limitless and Deadeye on Legend. Okay, that's a game changer. I did not know that. That's actually great. I mean, this duo was already the best duo by far, and now the fact that you have Andrew Bogut getting the 2 best shooting badges arguably on Legend, and then Maurice Spates getting Dimer, Lightning Launch, and Unpluckable on Legend makes that a really good duo. Jason Terry and Tyson Chandler, the only reason why this duo was interesting to me is because Diamond Tyson Chandler earlier on in the year, I felt like had a really good jumper. I had him as a Hidden Gems Diamond, and his 3-pointer was a 62. With this duo, it goes up to an 83, and even with a 62, I felt like him and Purvis Ellison, 2 cards who months ago, really low 3-point ratings, but if you were good with their jumper on high risk and their jumpers weren't hard to time, you could green wide open. You'll be able to green 3s much more easily with this duo, and then he's going to be able to get Legend, Deadeye, Post-Fade Phenom if you care about that, and Set Shot Specialist, Break Starter, Lightning Launch, Interceptor, On-Ball Menace. All these badges are going to be able to go up to Legend, which is insane. And that makes me want to add this card, or add this duo rather, because I already have Tyson Chandler. I don't have Jason Terry, and I feel like this duo is not going to cost all that much. Let's quickly activate that duo and just see. You see, like, Jason Terry doesn't really get any noticeable changes. He only gets +1 to a movable interceptor and on-ball menace. So, like, it's nice to get those badges on Hall of Fame. It would have been nice if one of those boosts were +2, especially given that it looks like those are the only 3 badges that Opal Jason Terry sees get upgraded. that was not great English. Those are the only 3 badges that Jason Terry gets upgraded, and they all go up by +1. Kind of frustrating when you're already running an undersized point guard in Jason Terry at 6'2". Would have been nice to see them bump up those badges by at least one of them by +2. That would have been nice. Let's get back to the MyTeam screen right here, and let's look at the lineup. So again, we talked about last week, I had to make this doomsday lineup because basically every single card in our collections were maxed out. My Anthony Black was 8K, my Shaedon Sharpe was 8K, Tumani Kamara, Nikola Jovic, and Desanya Diop were all 2K salary. You can see here this salary, this team that was at 29,900 salary, is now down to 27,100 salary. And if you take a look, you'll see Anthony Black is down to 5K. And I think honestly that's the biggest story of all of the Pink Diamond and Up cards whose salaries have changed. Anthony Black is a really good point guard, and I think I would try to target in your collection as many of the Pink Diamonds who you like that are at 5K salary. Try to bring them in because there's still a lot of cards that people like to use in salary cap that are sitting at 8K salary as Pink Diamonds. For example, if we come down to where is it? Like top of the class, I think Dr. J is still 8K. Oh, Dr. J's down to 5K. So that's really good because LeBron James, I checked this morning, is at 8K salary. So LeBron is at 8K. Dr. J is at 5K. And then let's take a look at Michael Beasley. I know a lot of people love running Michael Beasley, and Beasley's still at 8K. So for the first time ever, I feel like those 3 cards, Pink Diamond Dr. J, Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, Pink Diamond LeBron, those are like the OG big 3 for me when I look at top end meta Pink Diamond cards to run in salary cap. And those cards have always moved in lockstep. When one of their salaries went up to 8K, the rest of theirs did. When one of them moved down, the rest of theirs did. For the first time ever, there's some discontinuity. Beasley and LeBron James Pink Diamond cards are at 8K, Dr. J at 5K. So if you have a Dr. J, try to throw them into your salary cap lineup because for 5K, that's a really good price tag. I still want to add a Dr. J to my lineup, a Pink Diamond one with some badges during the Super Pack market crashes upcoming Tuesday possibly. But anyways, going back to the lineups, let me show you guys what I'm thinking of running. So this is the lineup that I had in terms of my main salary cap lineup. I did not run this lineup at all over the last week because when Tuesday hit and all the salaries went up, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave this. And you can take a look. A lot of these cards, again, still elevated in salary. A ton of the Amethyst cards that you're going to want to run are still at 2,000 salary. There are a couple of hidden gems in the Amethyst tier cards like Ron Holland, who's at 1,200 salary. But a lot of the cards you're going to want to run, cards like AC Law, DeLon Wright, Tumani Kamara, Isaiah Collier, and Cody Williams, this dynamic duo. All these cards are still at 2,000 salary. And so what I would do is I would go through your collection and see what diamond cards you have available to you at 2,000 salary, and I would bring those cards in. So as of right now, there are a couple of changes I want to make this lineup work. We're going to bench Josh Childress because Josh Childress is at 8K salary right now. I could try to bring in a Pink Diamond small forward. Let's see, do I have any Pink Diamond cards that would fit at 5,000 salary? Also, if you don't know how to do this, I saw a comment like a couple of episodes ago asking how you can sort by salary. So you click on replace player, and then you're going to press the pause or whatever that button is on Xbox with the 3 lines. Scroll all the way down to max salary, and I'm going to bring this up to 5,000 because I want to just look at cards that are 5,000 salary and below, and this will sort it for us, and we can get to see if there are any cards here that we'd want to bring in that are that are going to be 5,000 salary. And let's see, looks like all the out of position cards that we care about. Oh wait, Jabari Smith is 5,000. That's another big story. So what we could do right now is I could do this. I'll put Jabari Smith here. Let's go to Pink Diamond. So Jabari Smith will be right next to Anthony Black, and just like that, we're at 30,000 salary flat. I'm now going to bench Tumani Kamara because as much as I like Tumani Kamara, I want a little more size out here at the small forward position. And so for that reason, I'm going to, at least for right now, I'm going to bench Tumani Kamara for Hakeem Warwick, one of my favorite diamond cards in the game, who is also at 2,000 salary. This now allows me to decide if I want to keep JT Thor, which I can. I could run him. I could also bring in Tumani Kamara here in place of JT Thor. And then, as much as I like Nikola Jovic, just to give me a diamond player who's going to be really good on defense right here, I'm going to bench Nikola Jovic right now for Larry Sanders. And then I think that's going to be my salary cap lineup for this weekend if I choose to play any salary cap. I think it's a pretty good lineup in my opinion. Anthony Black, really good pink diamond card. Jabari Smith, really good pink diamond card. And then Donovan Clingan, I mean, I like him a lot. I know this card's a pink diamond card that's pretty, he generates a bipolar reaction in the community, if that makes sense. I feel like people either love him or hate him. There's no middle ground with Donovan Clingan. I think I can't say I like absolutely love this card, but I definitely don't hate it. I think he's a really good card. I enjoy using him. I'm able to green his jumper relatively frequently, and I think I'd rather run him than cards like Khalil Ware and Eddie Curry. But if you like one of those cards, like I know Eddie Curry has a jumper that a lot of people like, I can't really green with him as well online, but maybe it's time for me to look back into that again. I'm going to run with Donovan Clingan, though, for right now. I like my bench lineup. The bench lineup looks really good. Maybe I'll tinker with it a little bit more. Maybe I'll find another diamond card I could throw in there, but there really weren't a ton of diamond cards that I liked at 2,000 salary. Maybe I'll bench Tumani Kamara and I'll bring in Bruce Bowen. It's not a bad idea, depending on, if I want to have, actually, I think Tumani Kamara might be better statted, but Bruce Bowen has more Hall of Fame badges, so I have to decide what I want to do there, but that's a future Jan problem to figure out. I think this lineup is pretty good. Let me know in the comments down below what your lineups are looking like for this upcoming weekend, or maybe a couple of players that you're bringing back to your lineups now that we've seen some of these cards, such as these pink diamonds, drop down in salary. Also, real quick, the old dynamic duos cards like Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer, I think those cards are both still maxed out. Noah is still 10K salary. Corey Brewer's at 2,000. I do not want to run that duo for 12,000 salary. I'd rather run them when they're both minned out at a combined 9,200 salary. All right, let's open up some packs. We are still recording. How long are we into this video? 17 minutes. Okay, let's try to make this part pretty quick. We don't have all that much to open up. We do have a 10-pack box we're going to open up, and I have some packs right here. We have an out of position deluxe. I want to open up these packs. We're gonna quick open them and see how that works out for us, just to save some time here. So bam, quick open. We don't get anything all that exciting here, unfortunately. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna quick sell all of these right here, because I think my Jalen Hood Shafino is, okay, and I'm pretty sure my Keyshawn George is also unauctionable. So we're gonna just quick sell this for $26.50, and then we'll quick open these as well real quick. We have Vibes 95 plus, and we get John Barry and Rudy Tomjanovich. That was our weekly pink diamond pull, along with a bunch of diamonds and golds. We're gonna quick sell. My John Barry is auctionable. I'll take that. And I got to quick sell all these diamonds. I have a lot of diamonds from that other festival that I want to quick sell, from the Summer MT Festival. All right, great. Now we can go ahead and open up our 10-pack box using the Champions Exchange collectible that we got from completing the agendas. Man, getting those steals done, so annoying, but we got it done. Let's go to Season 7. We could go with an Opal, but I feel like the 10-pack box is more fun and you make more MT. I feel like if I were to pick this, I would end up getting Sean Livingston as a duplicate, which would be very annoying. We already got 2 Sean Livingstons in the last 10-pack box, so hoping that we get some more variety in terms of different players that I don't have from the champion set in this box. I'm going to ask for the same thing I did last time. 2K, just give me 2 to 3 shakes. 2 to 3 shakes. 2 to 3 players that I don't have from the champion set. That's what I want. We start without a shake. We've been starting with no shakes quite a bit. We get a duplicate pink diamond, which is frustrating. But it is Tiago Splitter, and I already have Tiago Splitter as an auctionable, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Pack 2, we get a shake, and it's a Galaxy Opal. So that's great. So first 2 packs, 2 players from the set, which is great. I would like for this to be anyone but Sean Livingston. So I don't have any of the other Galaxy Opals, as you guys saw earlier in the video. Let's take a look and see who we get here. Okay, it's a different player. Eastern Conference 95 vertical. Is this Birdman? It is. I think it's Birdman, right? Birdman's Heat Center. Yes, Birdman. Shout out Shaq. Right, was it Shaq that started the whole Birdman thing on TNT? get no player from the set here, but that's fine. We get Draymond Green. Another Galaxy Opal. Okay, this 10-pack box is kind of juiced right now. All right, I'm going to ask for the same thing once again. Give me a different Galaxy Opal, man. Give me no Birdman, Chris Anderson. Give me no Sean Livingston, the mid-range god. Come on, give me someone different. Eastern again. Oh, this is going to be him. Yep, it's another Birdman. I see the red. Another Birdman, Chris Anderson. Man, frustrating, but it is what it is, man. I guess we'll take the 2,000 or 2,500 MT that we can quick sell him for. No shake here. Halfway through the box. I can't complain, man. We've gotten three cards from the set, but 2 of them are dupes. Another duplicate pink diamond right here as we get another Thiago splitter. So this is the Champions Center box so far. No shake here. Final 3 packs coming up. Can we get a new player in one of these 3 packs? We get a gold Vit Krejci. Cool. I think that guy had one really good game against the Knicks this year. No shake once again. Final pack of the 10-pack box. Come on, 2K. Bless your boy. Aww. All right, well, look, not a bad box. I can't really complain all that much. As we get Boban Marjanovic. That's cool. All right, so that is unfortunate, but we can quick sell everything for almost 9,500. We are going to take our duplicate Thiago splitter and sell him. Not that I can sell him for all that much, but it should be for hopefully more than 2,000, so I should be able to make a decent amount of profit, all things considered, because I got that card for dirt cheap yesterday. I can't put this into the exchange for anything, right? No. We're just going to quick sell everything for 74.50, and we'll quick sell all these as well. So not bad, man. We ended up making over 8,500 MT from that. We are almost at 3.85 million. We actually are probably closer to 4 million, if not more, because we have 1,400 packs. A lot of those are cards that we have to quick sell, whether it's diamond cards or diamond collectible cards from the Summer MT Festival. We have a bunch of shoot and takeover packs, a bunch of bad deluxe packs. A lot of stuff I got to quick sell because we're already a week into June, and I need to get my MT up. You know, again, I was saving up my MT to go and buy a card like Yao Ming, but not to brag, we got really lucky and we got Yao Ming from that locker code. So, you know, we need to find somewhere else to dump that MT. I'm curious to see, you know, I want to say real quick before we wrap up this video, I think, you know, we are not 3 weeks away, but we are, what, a little under 3 weeks away from the NBA draft. I would not be shocked if the next festival or event after the Champions Festival is one for the NBA draft, and I think that one could be crazy good with a bunch of like rookie versions of cards that you know, players who are currently in the NBA, and then the rookie, you know, the what is it called, the next set, right? That's what they've been calling it in previous 2Ks. The next set's probably going to be crazy juiced. I feel like, as it always is in my team with Cooper Flag and all those boys. So we'll have to see, man. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you later.